What's up everyone, welcome back to Miami Miles. My name is Mickey. In this video, we're gonna talk about how the 911 992 GT3 Touring is commanding a $100,000 premium over sticker. 100 grand, 6 figures, bro. That's how much it's commanding. It's insane. You're gonna say,
Mickey, how do you know this?
You know what, I have a friend here that works in the office next to me and he knows the manager at Champion Porsche. So in front of me, he calls the manager and he goes, I got our buddy. I'm sitting right there listening to this guy on speaker and he goes, I got a buddy who wants a 911 GT3 Touring. Over the phone, the guy goes,
You want the GT3 Touring?
In my head, I'm thinking, okay, this guy's gonna come up with something freaking crazy. And lo and behold, he goes, the 911 GT3 Touring is 100K over sticker. I'll get him one, but he's gotta give me 6 figures over. And knowing that the sticker price of the regular 911 GT3 Touring is $165,000 plus $100,000, if we do some simple computations, that is $265,000 starting for the 911 GT3 Touring. And the guy goes, hey, it's not only just that, they have to get the watch. The new Sport Chrono GT3 watch that starts at $8,200. And we force every 911 GT3 Touring person or owner to buy one. And in my head, I'm like, you know what? No, that's not happening. I tell my buddy, I'm like, look, man, tell him no, tell him I'm out. Anyways, my friend goes, hey, yeah, you know what? He's not interested. Once we hang up the call, I'm super interested, like trying to internalize and rationalize how a car that's basically the same thing as its wing counterpart, how it could possibly command such a premium. So I get to work doing a little bit of research, being the nerd that I am, and I find a couple really interesting tidbits of information. You wanna know what I find? I find that for every 5 wing GT3s on AutoTrader, there's only 1 Touring. I'm talking about the previous generation. For those of you that don't know, the 991.2 GT3 Touring, that was made in response to people flipping their 911Rs, the 2016 911Rs, for over $1 million within a couple weeks of them hitting our shores. So anyways, this car is commanding a huge premium. In some cases, it's 10%. For more unique specs, it's 20% over the wing GT3. So, you know, common sense tells me or guides me down the rabbit hole and says, Mickey, this car has to be limited. So I go onto the forums and I'm looking up 991.2 Touring production numbers. That is when I realized that the Touring is way more limited than the wing GT3. Of 2,800 991.2 GT3s that were produced, 800 were Touring in North America. That's 30%. 30% of the GT3 supply is a Touring, which makes it that much more rare than the wing GT3. Now everything's starting to make sense. But here's the real kicker. The new 992 Touring has a bunch of different customizable options. If you read any of the articles, you'll realize that not only does this car let you put some chrome around the windows on the passenger doors, which in my opinion is a stupid option, but around the back, it removes the wing as we talked about, and instead of having the slits that every 992 Porsche has, instead it has the mesh, and it's got the nice little GT3 Touring badge. You're like, okay, well, I mean, that's not that big of a difference. Here's where it starts to get really interesting. Circle your way around the front of the car, and it's got the front fascia, the lower front bumper, that in the wing GT3 is a black plastic, right, that looks like it was made in a toy factory. It doesn't look that great, but on the Touring, guess what? You can spec it with the body color. Dude, the car, in my opinion, now to my eyes, maybe not to everyone else's, it looks way better when it's body colored, especially in darker colors. Now, Porsche didn't stop here. They didn't stop at shooting the winged GT3 in the face by doing this little front fascia thing. In the inside, they offer different leather colors. So they offer browns and beiges, they offer greens and blues and reds. So you can get a beautifully tailored leather interior head to toe, whereas on the wing GT3, you can only get the black leather with the black Alcantara and the stitching. What? Not to mention that the Touring's now going to come in both manual and PDK, whereas the previous generation Touring only came in manual. Now, a little asterisk. In it coming in 2 different transmissions, that probably means that there's going to be increased demand, and if Porsche chooses to do so, they'll be able to make way more Tourings sell this go around because they will be PDK. And as you know, most of the supply of every car in the world is automatic. Now I know Porsche is a special case, whereas They sell way more manual GT3s because it's the only car manufacturer that sells something with a manual transmission that revs to 9,000 RPM. But the bottom line is they offered it in PDK, they gave it the front fascia, they gave it a unique interior, they gave it the little tweaks around the outside, and boom. That's how you have a car that's $100,000 over sticker, and that's why rich dudes are paying it. And that's why I can't afford it. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you learned something about the Touring, and I can't wait to see all of the owners drive the cars when they actually get here. Apart from that, look, give me a big like, give me a subscribe down below, and I hope that you have a great day. Take care.